I would say YouTube is it's hard work. It's very, very rewarding, but it is hard work. This is part for me, honestly, is what I'm doing now, and I'm not pretending. I have no issue like talking on camera. I enjoy it, and I think the fact that I like what I'm doing makes it easier. Everything else, okay, everything else, say preparation, promotion, paperwork, that requires a lot of discipline. And what I mean discipline is that you need to be prepared to do things that you're not always interested in, but they are necessary. I would call it what's the word? Admin. So those are the things that you do on the background, and you know that without them, the show cannot go on. And you want the show to go on because it's your show, and you enjoy it. But for that to work, you need to make sure that the machinery, it's ready to functioning. So, as I said earlier, I'm happy with the. So I just lost my notes. I'm happy with where I am now, but I'm still aiming forward. 2025 was the year of collaboration, as 2024 was the year of foundation, and I see 2026 as the year of consolidation. So almost like a third layer. Okay, so that's like a layer that couldn't exist without the previous two. Just have a comment here from Marcos. The show must go on. Of course. The show has to be bigger than the presenter. No, that's how one sees creation. At least that's how I perceive it, probably in a very Nietzschean manner. Thank you, Marcos. Happy Christmas for you. Talking about numbers, only about 10% of YouTube channels, they reach 1,000 subscribers. Only 10%, which is nothing. I don't know how many YouTube channels exist, but 10% is barely nothing in the wide scheme of things. So if that's not already a narrow door, it gets even narrower when it comes to unlock the first level of monetization, meaning hitting 500 subscribers and 3,000 hours in 12 months. So for that, we're talking about 5%. 5%, it's a tiny fraction of YouTube. Okay, it's really like finding a tiny object in the middle of chaos. So I looked at the stats, and for those who reach 4,000 hours in 12 months, that's about 4% of YouTube. Okay, that's also very, very little, but it's not a major difference comparing to the 5% that reached 3,000. The reason is, for those who are already at that level, it means that they understood YouTube. So they speak the YouTube language, or what I call the YouTubeish. Now, when you are at that level, it doesn't mean that you are making millions. It just means that you are ahead of millions of channels. And that's an important reminder. The door is narrow, and if you already crossed a few narrow doors, you should remain both humble and proud. Humble because you know that there are others ahead of you, and proud because your previous self, the one you've shed along the way, probably wouldn't have imagined that you have made this far. So that's my initial confession, let's put it like that.